Perhaps you, or someone close to you, has felt the frustrations of being overweight. That's not fun. Most people are overweight for two simple reasons. They eat the wrong kinds of food, and they eat too much of them. Well, for most of us, trying to lose weight means strict diets, counting calories, strenuous exercise programs. And believe me, in my line of work, I know. And as you may know from personal experience, these methods quite often fail. And the weight that does come off goes right back on, and oftentimes more weight. And that is accompanied by feelings of failure, frustration, and lower self-esteem. Why is this? The problem is that all of these traditional methods of losing weight are apt to fail for the same reason, because they all seek to reprogram the body. When in fact, the key to permanent weight loss lies in reprogramming the mind, changing the way that we think about food. Did you know there is a powerful force within us that guides and directs every aspect of our lives? It's what psychologists call our subconscious mind. It determines what we eat, and when we eat, how much we eat, everything that affects weight control. If you're overweight right now, it's because you've lost control over food. Well, don't give up hope. In the next 30 minutes, I would like to share with you a remarkable breakthrough in weight loss technology. It's a revolutionary approach to permanent weight loss, which thousands of people are successfully using every day. Why? Because it works. And it all has to do with this: a subliminal message cassette tape. Certainly easy to use. By playing this tape over time, you can get control. You can drastically change the way you think about food. Just listen.
It's very difficult to explain to people initially what's a subliminal tape, because it just doesn't seem possible that something like that could work. I didn't believe it could, but it really does. And I wouldn't hesitate to tell anybody, if there's something about your life that you want to change and you get a subliminal tape that will change it, use it. It works.
I never knew what the subliminal tape really was until my sister-in-law told my wife about it. And at first I didn't believe in it. But as time went on, I was listening to them, and I saw that I was losing weight, and it was very easy because I'd been heavy all my life, and I had lost weight, but always put it right back on. And with the subliminal tapes, I just kept on eating my normal, what I thought was normal, but it was less, and the pounds kept coming off, and more and more.
If I could do it, anybody can do it. That up to this point, losing weight's been the hardest thing I've ever had to do, or tried to do, and I just totally failed. But it's so easy to do it this way on the subliminal tapes. Anybody that won't try them is missing a great opportunity.
You probably heard about how subliminal tapes are a proven way to penetrate your powerful subconscious mind. In fact, this technology has been with us since the 1950s. But what exactly is a subliminal tape? How does it work? Well, basic psychology divides the human mind into two parts: a conscious and a subconscious. Our conscious mind, which represents only about 12%, is our communication center. We use it continually when we're awake to make decisions and choices, to solve problems, generally carry out our conscious activities. Our subconscious mind is much more vast. It's the huge data bank that stores all of our life's experiences since we were born. All of our knowledge and memories have been meticulously recorded and are warehoused in our subconscious. In fact, psychologists say that our mind is very much like a computer. It has tremendous capacity, and it's extremely powerful. Our conscious mind is like the computer screen or monitor. It only operates when the computer's on. But it's driven by a master program, like the one on this disc. Our subconscious mind is like this disc. It runs the computer. It directs and exerts a powerful influence on our conscious behavior and actions. In fact, everything that we do, our career, our relationships, how we act, including what we choose to eat and how much of it, is determined by programming that we have put into our subconscious. Do you ever wonder why the smell of fresh buttered popcorn makes you think of being at the movies? Why the sound of a dentist's drill makes you cringe? That's because it's somewhere along the way you programmed your subconscious to react that way. Now, most of us grew up being programmed the wrong way about food. We often associate eating as a reward for good behavior, or a crutch when we're lonely or nervous or depressed, or something just to occupy our time when we're bored or doing something familiar. And all of this means we've programmed ourselves to eat for the wrong reasons, not because we're hungry. That's where most of us get into trouble. Imagine if we could reprioritize how we feel about food, change this master programming to be in total control of our eating habits, so that we just naturally feel that it's more important to be trim and healthy than to eat a big meal or a snack on high-caloric junk food. That's what the subliminal weight loss cassettes do. I know, it may sound unbelievable. But the sounds coming from this tape can actually change the way you think about food. And this is how it works. This tape has sound recorded on different levels of the different tracks. When you play this tape, all you hear are the sounds of ocean waves. At least that's all your conscious mind hears. But embedded in the ocean waves, recorded just below that which we consciously hear, are thousands of powerful, positive messages called affirmations, which are perceptible only to your subconscious mind. The affirmations are statements like, "I'm a slender person. It's more important to me to be fit and healthy than to overeat. I enjoy eating nutritious foods," and many more. These affirmations pour into the subconscious and gradually change your attitudes about food. Once your attitude is changed, your eating behavior will also naturally and painlessly change.
Well, weight problems, of course, exist for a variety of reasons, but essentially anyone that wants to get rid of weight, what the subliminal tape is going to do is put a different instruction set into that person's mind. So rather than focusing on food, it will help them focus in a different direction, or possibly help them make better choices when they're picking food to eat.
It's so simple. And what you do is you put a tape in and you turn the volume down so that if you think about it, you can hear it. But when you're busy doing other things, you're not even aware it's there. What happens, the way this helps you maintain, is it creates a different way that you see food, and a different way you evaluate, and a different way you base your decisions.
Well, weight loss tapes, when used over a period of time, will change our feelings and attitudes about food. They'll allow us to eat smaller meals and not eat as often. It will remove the emotional craving that we have, that need that causes us to raid the refrigerator at 11 o'clock at night. And it will eliminate all these bad habits.
And I went and I got on the scales and I said, geez, Rick, I've lost 25, 30 pounds. I can't believe this. So then I began to think, I wonder if there is something to that tape. Nah. And I kind of vacillated back and forth for another couple of weeks. But I realized that my attitude had changed about food. And I wasn't shoving everything in my mouth every time I got an opportunity, and I could walk past the cookies and it didn't matter. And then I thought, it is this tape.
On a subliminal tapes, you don't diet. You eat what you want, and then you stop. And your mind tells your body that you've had enough, and that's it.
If you listen to the tapes, you'll find that it's a much easier way of losing weight than you've ever done in your life. I have kept this weight off for 3 years, which is the first time in my life that I've ever stayed at a one weight.
Frustration, I guess. I just felt frustrated because I needed to lose the weight so badly and could not manage to do it no matter what I tried to do until I used the subliminal tapes.
I lost 120 pounds in a year. 10 pounds a month, nice and slow, so that in the end, stays off. Keep it off. I feel great about it. Changes your whole attitude and the way you feel about yourself.
Welcome back. Now I would like you to meet some people, some real people, who are using these subliminal tapes that I've been talking about. I want you to meet Terry. Terry, you're from West Middlesex, Pennsylvania?
That's correct.
Right. And you have lost to date on the tapes, what, 40
46 pounds.
46 pounds.
Right.
How did it change your eating habits, or did it?
Well, I'm not eating 24 hours a day. And I've told many people, when I'd wake up in the morning and while I was eating breakfast, I'd be thinking about what was for lunch. And when I was eating lunch, I was thinking about for what was for supper. And at supper time, I'd be thinking about what I was going to eat before I went to bed for a snack. Many things have changed in my life. I seem to be a lot more pleasant. I have a lot more energy.
I have to confess that when I first heard of these, I was skeptical. Quite frankly, I think it's natural to be skeptical about something you don't know anything about that says it's going to do something that is this dramatic.
Well, I myself was skeptical when I first heard about the subliminal tapes, and it took me quite a while to purchase one. But I would say, you know, it's the simplest thing that I've ever been able to do. It's very simple to put a tape into an auto-reverse tape player and push the play button. There's no effort required on your part.
What'd your friends say when you first started to do this? Did you talk to them about it? Did you keep it a secret, or what?
Well, I kind of kept it quiet because I myself was very skeptical when I first started using the tape, you know, and you kind of not want to tell everybody. But as I began to lose the weight and people began to question me as to why and how I was losing this weight, it became very easy to tell them about the subliminal tapes.
What other diets have you tried? How do the subliminals compare with that particular other diets?
Well, I've tried a lot of other diets, everything that come down the pike, so to speak. I've been to doctors and, you know, taken diet pills. I've tried almost every diet that's come out on the market. And having weighed over 300 pounds 4 times in my life, to me, subliminals are the only thing that has absolutely helped me control my weight.
Well, you've certainly taken it off. How's your feelings of how's your self-image changed?
Well, greatly. You know, I've lost about 12 inches in my waist. It's very easy now to go to a regular store and buy regular clothes. I don't have to go to a specialty shop. And I look in the mirror and I really like what I see now.
Terry, thanks very much for being here and sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Next, we have Bill. Bill, you're from Wayne, Michigan. Listen, you're a fine figure of a man. It's really hard for me to believe that you've lost 146 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
146 pounds. Well, you obviously believe in these subliminals.
They work. They definitely work. There's no doubt about it.
Apparently they do. What made you decide to use these tapes? What was it that you thought about that gave you the commitment to start the weight loss?
Well, you just get tired of being fat. You go to somebody's house, sit down in their nice furniture, and you hear a crack. I mean, it's just embarrassing. And finally you decide it's time to do something. Plus you decided also that you'd like to live a little while.
Yeah. What's the difference between the subliminal tapes and the diets?
Well, the subliminal tape works on your mind, and your mind will change what you want to eat. All the diet plans work on is they talk about the fat. Well, the fat isn't the problem. The problem is in your mind, and the fat's just a symptom of the problem.
When you go through the day, is it you always have this consciously on your brain that you're giving up food? Is it hard work, or?
No, you don't even think about it. Once you start on the tapes, you completely forget about food. Well, I can't say you completely forget about it, but it's not at the top of your mind all the time. You're not always wondering what you can put in your mouth.
Exactly. Your eating habits have changed.
Oh, yeah. I was averaging, between 6,000 and 7,000 calories a day. And when I got in these tapes, all of a sudden I realized that I was, 800 to 1,000.
Well, 146 pounds, I can see why you're a believer.
Well, the people should try them. I know everybody says it's a bunch of hogwash, but until you really try it, you'll know then that it does work.
Well, I think you're living proof. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Can you imagine losing weight without the pain and frustration of dieting? Can you imagine never having to diet again for the rest of your life? The people in this program have experienced a tremendous difference in their lives using the Subliminal Weight Loss Series from the Consumer Resource Institute. You too can lose weight quickly and easily without feeling hungry, without strenuous exercise, and without the frustrations of failed diets. The key is harnessing the tremendous power of your subconscious mind to change your attitude about food. By simply playing these tapes repeatedly while you go about your daily business, powerful, positive, subliminal messages will pour into your subconscious mind to gradually reduce your desire for food, to eliminate the uncontrollable cravings, and to use your mind's own natural ability to control your food intake. Call the toll-free number on your screen. It's only $89.95. You get the powerful Appetite Control Subliminal Tape, which will allow you to effortlessly lose your excess pounds. It will allow you to eliminate unnecessary calories from between-meal snacking and gently reduce your intense appetite at mealtime. Super Weight Loss Techniques teaches you to correct your poor eating and nutrition habits and keeps you on track eating sensible portions of nutritional foods so you stay healthy, active, and trim for the rest of your life. The Self-Confidence Subliminal Tape will bring out your dynamic personality. Research has proven that the inability to control weight is directly related to a low self-esteem. This tape will dramatically enhance the effect of the weight loss tape and develop the self-confidence you need to achieve your full potential. And Maximizing Subliminal Performance is a step-by-step guide which specifically shows you how to personally enhance your use of the subliminal tapes. Order now and receive a consumer's guide to subliminal self-improvement, a concise manual which explains all about the subliminal concept and how to get the most benefit from it. And as a free bonus, you'll also get the Stress Control Tape. It's an extremely effective subliminal program to help you cope with and calm everyday pressures, which often result in bad eating habits. It sells every day for $29.95, but it's yours free for ordering now. All of the Institute's subliminal programs are carefully inspected and approved by an independent board of doctors and educators. Use the tapes for 30 days. If you don't notice a definite change in your attitude and eating habits, if you don't feel they're a personal turning point in your life, simply send them back for a full refund. It's risk-free. You have nothing to lose and the process is effortless. Free yourself from the pain and frustration of being overweight. Order now. For rush delivery of your subliminal weight loss and control program, simply call this toll-free number. Operators are on 24-hour duty to take your credit card order. No CODs, please. Or if you wish, send your check or money order for $89.95 plus $7 shipping and handling to this address. It's all backed by a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't delay. Order now, and very soon you'll look better, feel better, and take full control of your life.
Welcome back. Now, I would like you to meet Joe from Union Lake, Michigan. Joe, you lost 55 pounds.
I sure did, Robert.
How'd that happen? Was that accidental?
No, I can't explain how it happened. One of my friends gave me this tape. They always said to me, Joe, you're a pretty girl. Why are you so fat? You know, you might be able to get a nice guy if you lose some weight. I said, well, all right, I'll try your tape. And I thought really it was kind of a joke. And I thought, well, this thing won't work, nothing else works, so. But I put it on and I tried it, okay? And then I noticed a couple weeks later when my friend came over, she said, ooh, you're losing a lot of weight. I said, I haven't lost any weight. She said, is your scale broken? You've lost a lot of weight. So I went and got on the scale in the bathroom and I'd lost weight. And I hadn't been consciously aware that I was losing weight.
Were you hungry when you were?
I wasn't hungry. I found myself doing things that I hadn't done in years. I used to be a great one. I'd walk in the door and I'd get a bottle of Coke and a candy bar. And that was my breakfast. All of a sudden, I started eating apples for breakfast or an orange for breakfast. I used to hate fruit. I mean, anything that was healthy for me, I never liked. All of a sudden, I'd sit down and I'd eat an apple at my desk and I'd say, well, are you sick today? I said, no, I'm not sick. Why the change? I don't know. I just felt like an apple today. I never felt like an apple. I never felt like an orange. I never felt like a piece of fish. I hated it. And all of a sudden, now I like it. So you explain that to me. I don't know.
Well, it works.
It definitely works.
You're living proof.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Gary is from Gordon, Georgia. Gary, I saw a picture of you when you were 70 pounds heavier. Think you're going to need diets again?
No, I won't need diets again, and the reason I say that is because diets never work to start with. So they haven't worked for me. But I won't need a diet because my eating habits have changed.
How?
Well...
Don't you find yourself hungry?
No, not in 8 months that I've been on this program. I've never been hungry.
Now listen, I'm asking everybody this. Tell me about your self-image, and if it's changed, and how it's changed, if it has.
Well, it really has changed a lot because in a lot of areas of my life I've been successful. I've run a business that's been fairly successful, and I've sponsored some softball teams for national champions. And so I've been able to have success in a lot of areas of my life, but this is an area that I was a failure. I was fat, and I wasn't able to control that. But now, by using the weight loss tapes plus some other tapes, such as exercise tapes, I work out 3 times a week with Nautilus, and I run or jog, and I have a lot of self-confidence, and I think about how I look.
That's an enormous change of lifestyle. You never did this in the past.
No, I've sat for 20 years behind the desk and, air-conditioned offices and done very little, and just assumed that that's the way I was, and I accept myself that way.
Well, what's the secret to staying on track with this now? I can see the value of it. I see the results of it. Now I wonder about the stick-to-itiveness. What do you have to say about that?
There's not, the effort is just putting the tapes on. And if you, whatever area that you want to work on, if it's weight loss, just leave the weight loss tapes on. Procrastination tape is fantastic.
Procrastination tape? Tell me about
stopping
that.
Procrastination. It's just, you put it on and you'll get to going in whatever you want to do.
Work up good steam, eh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You really get.
What would you say to people who are just kind of on the edge of entertaining getting these tapes?
I really think that you've got to want to lose weight. But if you want that and you'll listen to these tapes, you're going to lose weight. And you don't have to put in a lot of effort. You don't have to sit around and think, but I'm going to give up this, I've got to give up my ice cream. You don't think about what you're giving up. I'm not being deprived of anything. I'm getting to eat what I want to eat. I just want to eat different now.
Well put. Gary, thanks a lot for being with us.
Well, the best way to tell if tapes are working for you is if you find yourself suddenly eating something that perhaps you haven't eaten in a while. Or perhaps when you're ordering, you find yourself looking at the salad menu instead of that fried chicken. Or you find yourself not eating everything on the plate when normally your history would be to, eat every little scrap that's on that plate.
It's always fun for me to speak with patients after they've tried this new zany kind of technology. And I see them back in the office, and they're truly amazed, as I personally was, with the effect that it had not only on the physical aspect of weight loss, but also on feelings of self-esteem and depression and anxiety.
And then when I did realize the tape was working, it wasn't that I was depriving myself of anything. I didn't want it. I didn't want that chocolate cake, and I didn't need to finish that sandwich. And it was a whole readjustment of my attitude toward food.
I would eat ice cream. I was eating everything, but just not as much as I did before. And there was an unconscious reaction. My wife used to put something on the plate before I would go listen to the tapes, and I would never refuse food. But it got to the point where I shocked her when she says, no, I don't want any more. I'm full. That was the difference between the tapes.
The best thing about it, I think, about having lost the weight, to me, is the way I feel about myself. I feel better about myself than I ever have, I guess, in my whole life.
During the past half hour, we've met some people who have literally changed their lives for good. They'd tried just about every major diet, only to find out personally what science and technology has now proven. Diets very often do not work. Maybe you found that out too. These people have revealed that for the first time in their lives, they feel good about themselves, and that's the way the program works. It builds self-esteem and changes eating habits. In order to effect natural, dramatic, and permanent weight loss, you must change this. You must reprogram your eating habits. You've heard firsthand what this technology has done for thousands of people. You've heard what the professionals have to say. It's medically sound, it works, and it's guaranteed. You don't have to starve yourself or suffer through the yo-yo syndrome. You simply play the tapes as background sound while you go about your everyday life. You can have sure and steady weight loss. You can lose all the weight you want and have it stay off. Don't settle for less than all you can be. This is truly the only tool you need to become and remain the trim, healthy person you've always wanted to be.
Yes, I gave my son one of my tapes, and he's extremely overweight. He just turned 13 yesterday, or day before yesterday. and he weighed 218 pounds. Well, now he's down to 202 pounds. So he's lost 16 pounds in about 3 weeks. Just listening to one of my subliminal tapes, and it just tickles me to death.
Now you know that there is finally a permanent solution to weight control. You need only harness the incredible power of your subconscious mind. Why not get started today by using the Subliminal Weight Loss Series from the Consumer Resource Institute? This program is a powerful, natural appetite suppressant which uses your subconscious mind's own ability to control your food intake. These tapes will reprogram how you feel about food. They'll enable you to permanently change the things that have made you overweight. And it's incredibly easy to use. Just play the tapes repeatedly, and as you do, you will experience a natural change in your eating habits and how you feel about yourself. You'll be amazed as you find that food and eating become less important to you, while being fit, healthy, and attractive become more important. You'll find yourself eating less and enjoying life more. Call the number on your screen. It's only $89.95. You get the powerful Appetite Control Subliminal Tape, which will allow you to effortlessly lose your excess pounds. It will allow you to eliminate unnecessary calories from between-meal snacking and gently reduce your intense appetite at mealtime. Super Weight Loss Techniques teaches you to correct your poor eating and nutrition habits and keeps you on track eating sensible portions of nutritional foods so you stay healthy, active, and trim for the rest of your life. The Self-Confidence Subliminal Tape will bring out your dynamic personality. Research has proven that the inability to control weight is directly related to a low self-esteem. This tape will dramatically enhance the effect of the weight loss tape and develop the self-confidence you need to achieve your full potential. And Maximizing Subliminal Performance is a step-by-step guide which specifically shows you how to personally enhance your use of the subliminal tapes. Order now and receive a consumer's guide to subliminal self-improvement, a concise manual which explains all about the subliminal concept and how to get the most benefit from it. And as a free bonus, you'll also get the Stress Control Tape. It's an extremely effective subliminal program to help you cope with and calm everyday pressures, which often result in bad eating habits. It sells every day for $29.95, but it's yours free for ordering now. And all of the Institute's subliminal programs are carefully inspected and approved by an independent board of doctors and educators. Use the tapes for 30 days. If you don't notice a definite change in your attitude and eating habits, if you don't feel they're a personal turning point in your life, simply send them back for a complete refund. Once you gain control over food, you'll be amazed at how easy it is to control your weight. But you must take the first all-important step. Order now. For rush delivery of your subliminal weight loss and control program, simply call this toll-free number. Operators are on 24-hour duty to take your credit card order. No CODs, please. Or if you wish, send your check or money order for $89.95 plus $7 shipping and handling to this address. It's all backed by a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't delay. Order now, and very soon you'll look better, feel better, and take full control of your life.
What's the secret to staying on track with this?
Listen to your tapes. It's easy. Put the tape in and go about your business. That's the beauty of these.
This was probably the simplest thing that I ever did because I did not have to consciously get into a diet to where I had to be thinking about what I needed to be eating. The tapes just kind of steered me to the foods that I knew were good for me. So it was very effortless.
The other day I was in the grocery store, and I bent over to pick up a 20-pound bag of potatoes. As I'm bending over, I thought to myself, geez, this is heavy. And then I thought, imagine 55 pounds of potatoes. That's a lot to carry around. No wonder I'm not fatigued like I was. I feel good about me.
I think the future in this country and in the world, a lot of our thinking, a lot of our ways of living are going to be influenced by training our subconscious. And this is such an easy thing for people to do that it requires no effort. Whether it's educational, whether it's in athletics, whether it's in business, and I'll listen to all these tapes. All these things are going to be used more and more to help us be all that we can be and be positive in what we do.